y'all, it is Paula with Hillbilly Orchids. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having a fantastic week. Yep, this will be the beginning of the week. This video will air, and yeah, so I hope you guys have a wonderful week coming up. I wanted to talk about the very vigorous, ever-blooming Richard Mueller types. Now, Richard Mueller's getting hybridized a lot lately. They are using it in many crosses because, as you can see, in different crosses, it does different things. It's just remarkable. And it's a color changer. So, in that color changing aspect, it's kind of cool to see what they're going to do, to see how the plant's going to react and the different ways that it can change. And generally they'll start out like, they could start out like an orange or a red, and they'll fade to like a yellow. But that is basically because most Richard Muellers are yellow, with the exception of, you know, a few. I mean, that's a mutant strain of a white Richard Mueller, which is really cool. I think it's amazing. I personally, I just think it's awesome. They really, you know, there's no white Richard Muellers. I mean, yeah, it's white, it's plain, but it's cool because it's not supposed to be. I guess that, to me, is what makes it the coolest. So, but I think that would be a cool one to use with hybridizing some more. You know, like Michael had mentioned to me, he said, you know, to cross that with a semi-alba would probably be pretty daggone neat. And I'm like, yeah, you get me thinking, you know. And it is. Some of the ways that you can cross some of them would be pretty cool. And of course, you know, seedling variations, you get different things like this, but I even had it happen in a mirror clone of microfire sparkler. I got a solid yellow microfire sparkler, which was really cool, you know. So I just think some of those things are really interesting, but because you never know what's going to go on with the genes of these things. But like here, for instance, the Richard's Bonanza, you can definitely see the spotted Richard Mueller in the lip, which is what this one should have. This one should be yellow. It looks like a white yellow bird, but even the Richard Mueller has spots on the lip, which this plant here is obviously lacking. So, but obviously in this one, you can see the Richard Mueller. Its lip is speckled, but this one has a pale pink blush like to it, and it's really nice. Now it does fade a little bit. It doesn't fade to yellow, it fades to like a pale pink. It's really hard to see it on camera, obviously, because yeah, it doesn't want to pull in the pinkness, no matter how close I get. You can kind of see, if you look at the veins, they do look kind of purple. So imagine that from standing back. It does bring it up as kind of like a pink when you're looking at it with the regular eye. And cameras sometimes don't pick up what they should and the colors that they should, especially pinks, pale pinks, and that kind of thing. Now the Copper Queen here, the Copper Queen's really pretty because it is that blend of sunset colors plus that Richard Mueller lip. That telltale Richard Mueller lip. So this one is one that is, you know, it's well known. Everybody really likes that one. It took me a while to find it. I actually bought a Richard Mueller, and it wound up looking like the yellow bird. It actually looks like this one, but yellow, and it does get spots in the lip. So, but the thing of it is that its leaves were slender like these. Tiny. These look, you know, more like a nodosa type leaf. They're smaller, where these are definitely a bigger Cattleya looking type leaf. So that sometimes is an indicator, if you're looking into Copper Queens, if they got a small leaf, beware. If you want this looking copper queen. So, I'll show you the other one here in a minute. I'll bring it over. But this one here, this one looks pretty identical to this one. It's smaller. It is definitely a little bit smaller. Not as big a bloom. But again, the telltale Richard Mueller lip. But it also has like a little bit of veining in red, which makes it really, really cool. And that one is the BC Atta Girl. Hey y'all, my channel is sponsored by the Orchid Supply Store. It is literally your one-stop shop for anything and everything you could possibly need orchid related. They have pots, they have media, they even sell orchids. Use my name, code Hillbilly, in the code section for a 12% viewers discount. They also do free shipping in the US. So go check them out, y'all. Alrighty, this is the other Copper Queen that was sold to me. That is it's real thin leafed, so this is a good indicator that it's going to look like a Richard Mueller bloom. It's not going to look like that fluffy bigger Cattleya bloom like it should. So that's just something, you know, for you to know about ahead of time, as to not to buy it. I'll take it back over there on the table with the others here in just 1 second. See, the tag says Copper Queen Richard Mueller crossed with Toshi Aoki. But the if you look at the difference in the leaves, if I can get them around one another here. It's always tough to do with leaves and different plants, and they're going different ways and that kind of thing. But you see the difference in the size of the leaves. Yeah, these are more they're gonna look like this one, but they're gonna be yellow with spots. So that is that is how it turns out. But these are the prettier Copper Queens, I think. They're the ones, usually when you say Copper Queen, this is what you think of, because it's got the Toshi Aoki frill to it. It's not as big a bloom as Toshi Aoki is, but it stays relatively small because of the Richard Mueller in it. So you can see both parents in it if you really pay attention to the parents. But excuse me. The reason that I wanted to talk to you guys about the Richard Muellers is because these guys are very hardy, extremely hardy Cattleya. They do like warm temperatures. They do like, they like their fair share of fertilizer. They get watered weekly. And here in my gray space, they do bloom under regular LED lights and or Barina lights. They don't require real high hot grow lights like the Grow Star or Mars Hydro lights or Spider Farmer lights. They don't really require those to bloom, which is nice. These bloom real nice on a windowsill. Like, you wouldn't even have to do LED lights for Richard Mueller types. They are real healthy, hardy plants that grow fast, and they do really well on windowsills. They actually, you can bloom them just off the sun from your windowsill. They're not picky at all. They're not fussy at all. And they come in so many shapes and sizes. It's amazing. So, I often wondered, I'm like, some people have almost like every one that you can think of, Richard Mueller. And I'm like, why have all those? I mean, and a lot of them are yellow. And I don't want a whole bunch of yellow ones, but I do like the diversity that, comes from the Richard Mueller crosses, because as you see, there's quite a diverse, bunch of blooms here, and it's really cool. So, yeah, if you got the opportunity, and I would say these Richard Muellers are easy to learn. Like these would be good ones for like new beginners to start with, even, because like I said, you can bloom these right off of a windowsill. You don't even have to, do them with LED or supplemental lighting. They're super hardy and they do really well. They grow really fast, and yeah, they're no trouble at all, and they are so hardy. I really recommend them for any new growers that are just, starting out with like Phalaenopsis and stuff. This would be your next go-to Cattleya to learn how to grow cats, because I mean, when I did it, I kind of jumped into some kind of hard to grow Cattleyas, and I was like, why did I ever do that? So yeah, heed my warning a little bit. Some Cattleyas, especially species, are a little harder to grow, but these would give you the courage and the confidence to grow these. So then that would help you, learn more and go into other areas of Cattleya growing. So I would suggest it for anybody. So there you go. That's my little Richard Mueller talk. That's me trying to talk y'all into starting to buy some Richard Muellers. So, but yep, that is it for this video. And if y'all have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And with that said, I appreciate each and every one of you beautiful, wonderful people stopping by and hanging out with me. And bye for now, y'all. Till we meet again.